Yo, what's happening? What's going on? It's your guy, Tyrone, aka Mr. Chocolate. And don't be afraid to say the chocolate part.
No.
Y'all be tripping out here.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Yo, hey, I got the homies with me. I got the big homie, Black Pearl. What's happening? What's going on with you?
Hey, I'm good.
I thought about you earlier. I got this new Haitian student in my class.
Sac passe.
Yeah, and I was like, what they be saying? Was it sac passe?
Sac passe.
But I didn't want to yell it and be like the stupid old teacher. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna confirm that, and then I'm gonna hit her with it next class.
It's sac passe, and then you say ma boule. That's what you said.
Oh, I ain't gonna remember that. Sac passe, ma boule. Okay.
Wait, no, they're supposed to say sac passe first, which is really like what's up, and you're gonna say ma boule.
What's ma boule mean?
I'm burning. I'm hot. I'm what's up. It's like that. It's just. I mean, the translation is not the same. You just got to say ma boule.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I got to practice that.
Ma boule. I'm hot. That's basically what you're saying.
Okay. So we go. Ça passe.
Ma boule.
So we got the doctor. I said we got a doctor in the house. Dr. Roy Rain. What's going on with you, madam?
Hey. Good evening, everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, man. It's always good to be amongst the people, you know. It's been a long week, man.
Lord knows.
It's been a long week. It's been a lot going on. Man, I see. Did y'all vote?
I just asked you.
So what?
I asked you, did you just vote?
Oh, yeah. I always vote. I go in there, and vote. I do it for the ancestors always. I dropped me a couple of joints in. Although, man, this is the most dry kind of dead voting.
Yeah, very dry.
Season. They already got everybody won already in the primary, and it's just we got we already went over that last week, but we got Coke versus Pepsi.
Yeah, sir.
Yeah, but I hit my local people up, man. So hump day, ready to get to that Friday, man. These kids is wilding out.
Didn't y'all have off though? Y'all haven't been. Y'all weren't in school on Monday and Tuesday, were you?
Nah, we was in school Monday. We was out Tuesday.
We were out Tuesday.
Yeah, we was out Tuesday. But but they made up for it today. They came in like, yo, what's happening?
They're extra rested.
Yeah. So I was thinking about corporal punishment today, and I can't even do that. No, you can't do that stuff. So
I was thinking about checking my retirement.
Boy, what? It's like hold on, let me call them people. Hold on, I can do what when? Let me see. I got what in the account? Hold on, let me see. Damn, not yet. Man, all right. But yeah, man, but hang in there, man. It's good. It's a privilege to be able to help the people, though. That's what I tell myself one time. But I don't know. As a kid say, sometimes
you're not convincing me, so I hope you're convincing yourself.
Like the kid be saying, "That's cap. That's cap." Hey, man, this young slang, man. For years, teaching, it has it kind of keeps you up with the slang, but I don't know what the hell these kids be talking about, man. They be now the slang is like grunts and moans. It's not even words. It's like
ski.
What the hell? It's not even words, no.
That's the new sound. Everybody walking down the hall talking about ski.
Yeah, and then they be like, yeah. That's y'all communicate, like they're really communicating.
They're going back to our ancestors. We used to use sounds. We used to
yeah, hey, they taking it back to the ancestors. I don't know what's going on.
The ski. I'm from New York. We scoot. We do all of that too. So
yeah, I'll be so
confused. But that's to let you know the police coming through. Like they ain't got nothing.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to. I'll be trying to figure it out, man. And then the kids be picking on me.
We make sounds. Let me think what else. New Yorkers, we don't say hey, we go yeah. We make sounds.
Yeah, but this is
why weird. You laughing? I'm telling you,
they be coming in hype with it. It's and like I said, the kids now, the kids pick on me like I'm the old person. You know, like you go from when you used to be.
How do you make sounds without passion? You need the. Did you hear how loud I just got for a year? Yeah. I'm sitting here with y'all. You gotta take it from down here. What if you do it? You're just gonna go into the hallway and go ski. No, you gotta ski.
They be like, they be wilding, man.
They do.
They'll picking on me because I don't know when this happened. No, like they were just clowning me like we used to clown the old coach with the high socks and stuff. Mm-hmm. They were like, coach, you got on ankle socks. You got on ankle socks. What's going on? And I mean, and then they'll call people over. Look. He's wearing ankle socks. You can see his ankles. And they'll just like roll around on the ground laughing.
Long as ankles ain't ashy, baby. Long as ankles ain't ashy.
They weren't ashy. I was well moisturized. But the fact
you a chocolate brother. You can't be ashy. That don't.
No, I was not. I wasn't ashy at all. It was just the fact that they could see my ankles. They were like, we can see your ankles, like it was my butt cheeks or something. And they were just like cracking up. I was like, when did this happen? When the ankle socks become like? So I was like back in the day we used to joke the coach with the little tiny shorts and the high socks. Yep. That's how they were killing me. Yes. They killed me all class. I was like, what is going on?
Oh my gosh.
So, but it's all good, man. But that's the part that's kind of funny though. But that's.
Well, I'm going to share this again because we represent all the time. So happy Ghanaian Independence Day.
Yes, Ghanaian Independence Day. Oh, and shout out to my homeboy, Romeo. He's sometimes he comments in the show. He's in Ghana right now.
Okay.
Enjoying himself.
Well, we know miscommunication. She represent all the time.
Yeah, she's like a Ghanaian princess or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like for real,
that was the perfect way to say it.
I didn't know she was a real, I was like, dang.
Absolutely.
Let me hold something. She be over there sitting on the golden stool. I love it. Sitting on the golden stool. I ain't mad at it.
Oh my God.
Well. So speaking of Africa, man, that kind of segues into some of what we're chatting about today. Because she laughed. So we were having a conversation. We said, well, we were talking about Dr. Umar because we always joke about Dr. Umar, or I'll say, well, I do sometimes, and people, he's kind of a, hit or miss figure. So he's one of those people. I was like, man, like, is what he's saying like what's the deal with Dr. Umar, man? Like, what's the people love him? Some people clown him. What's up? So what's the deal with Dr. Umar? I know he's a Pan-Africanist, which me myself, I kind of lean towards Pan-Africanism in a lot of ways, and which is kind of another whole controversial topic with Black folks. You got some people who be like, we have nothing to do with Africa. We are straight American. We have nothing to do with that. And then some people will be like, nah, they feel the call. I don't know. For me, I feel like I feel like I'm American, but I still feel like the roots are still there. I feel like the roots are still there. When I did go over there in Africa, they showed me some love, and I always remember that. And I always had African friends, and they always showed me love. And it was like, we cousins, man. We cousins. And we kind of have some similar struggles, some different struggles. I don't know. But Dr. Umar.
Are you pro Dr. Umar or not?
Pro Dr. Umar. I mean, I'm like anything else. I chew the meat and spit out the bones of pretty much everybody. I'm not really pro or anti anybody for the most part. I listen to what you're talking about, and when it makes sense, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. But when it's BS and I don't believe in it, then nah. until I see an overall agenda that may be. I think Dr. Umar means well for the most part. I think at least in the beginning. I don't know. I think he gets kind of a big ego about himself sometimes. And I think that's when people kind of go astray. Um, Waiting for that damn school. I don't know what's going on with the school. That's the big criticism with him too. Is he's gotten a lot of money from people for this school, and we ain't seen the school yet. So
Okay.
I don't know. But what y'all think? I come
So
back
you're
to me.
just what up? If you down with what he's saying, you're down, and if you're not, you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. So, because sometimes I'm like, what are you saying?
Right.
Other times I'm like, oh, okay, I see your point about that too. There are times I get very turned off by him. I'm just like, but yeah. So, what about you, Mario?
I agree with both of y'all, and I think the turnoff comes from the arrogance, or the feel of arrogance. I don't know if it's truly him being or trying to be arrogant, but it comes across very strong sometimes. Like he's an authority figure. And I'm like, no, because some of that, like you say, some of it I can get down with, and then other pieces I'm like, no, that's where you coming from? So.
Yeah. So there's some things like so we were just gonna go. We said we'll go through some quotes of Dr. Umar
Okay.
and see,
And
what
this is
we
about
feel about it.
relationships, or
There's I think it's any quotes, right?
just random thoughts of his.
Now there's some kind of prominent quotes. Let me see. I'll share
Okay.
what I got here. But so he talks about let's see. All right. So this is one that, so he said the youth must be taught to build institutions like banks and not churches, so they can have access to wealth to build up the infrastructure of the neighborhood. Black people have a reputation of selling Jesus and not putting any jobs in the community. All right. So that was one. What do you guys think about that?
So he, see,
It's a bit strange.
it's
Go
yeah.
ahead, Pearl. Go ahead.
No, that's what I'm like. I was gonna say this is one of the things where I'm like, what? What are you saying? I think we need to build a community. Period. But doesn't matter if it's a bank, if it's a church, if it's why can't we just build the community? Period. Build our community. I think that's what it is. That's me. I think this is one of the extreme quotes. So.
Okay,
And
so you think that's
yeah, it's extreme because I get where he's coming from. So within the Black community, with Black culture, we do put a lot of emphasis on church or religion, right? So I understand where he's coming from in that nature of us not putting so much focus on
White Jesus.
right, exactly. Because we're poor, pouring into our children that way. You got to get them in the church. You're supposed to be in church every Sunday, Bible study on Tuesdays or Wednesdays, whatever night Bible study is for you, right? But we're not teaching them financial literacy. Like I get, again, like I said, I get where he's coming from and where he's trying to go, but then it goes like too far to the left for me. And to his point, yes, we do need to teach our children how to create infrastructures, right? Institutional infrastructures. We do need to teach them that, and start out from the standpoint of financial literacy, teaching them how to create financial wealth, right? And how to create a financial legacy. We need to do that, but we can't completely disregard the church either. But that's a whole other conversation, because depending on how deep he was trying to get with the church concept too, because I'm not sure where he might have been trying to go with the church concept.
Well,
So,
well, well. I
so
mean, do you think that as a community has the black church, does it still have the same prominence or importance, or like,
unfortunately, no.
or is it something that we should? Because I think what he's saying is we've focused too much on that, and it's not been helpful. And so, is it time to focus more on those things and less on, um, you know, as we say, the church? I don't know. Um, I think that's kind of the question. I think that's where you get heat, especially with black people in the church, because it was really ingrained in our history and our kind of culture. So a lot of times you get a lot of pushback. Me, I'm not, again, I'm not a very super religious guy, so that doesn't sting for me. But I do know those around me who will get heated when you talk about anything with less church. It's going to be kind of, hey, what you talking about? Hey, now you're messing up. So I don't know. So I mean, that's something that that people argue about sometimes in those circles, especially in those kind of extra black circles that he's in. The black church. Sometimes they come at odds with them. I don't know.
But the black church is on the decline right now, but that's a whole other conversation and topic for another day. Especially if we have some guests up here. But it's on the decline, and anybody that attends church relatively on a regular basis, whether it's online, virtually, or in person, black churches have seen a significant decline in membership attendance, and even when it comes to tithes and offerings. So, but anyway, that's a whole other conversation.
The money is drying up.
Yeah,
so
it's because the churches. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Pearl. What you said, babe?
Finish. Go ahead.
No, you fine. What were you saying?
I was saying it is a good topic for us to have, but we're like leaning away from Dr. Umar.
Yeah. That's
but I think
Dr. Umar.
I think it's relevant though to what he's talking about, because even when you talk about paying tithes, right? And black people getting more financial wealth and financial literacy is that something that's holding people back? Because you see, like in a lot of black neighborhoods, and this is a Dr. Umar thing I've heard him talk about. You'll see the black preacher with the nice car and with all the nice stuff and preaching like the prosperity gospel, and the people in the church broke. They living in the hood and they giving that 10%. I don't know.
It's not just a black church. It's multiple things that are like that.
Yeah, but you see it if you just kind of talk about the black community, you do see it. Well, I know I've seen it.
We got multiple movie theaters in the black community, but not a library, not an institution of education. Institutions of education are underfunded. They're losing accreditation. It's not just church. It's just the church. The church is what makes us question our God and our spirituality, and it makes a bigger impact for conflict and things of that nature. So
yeah, that's why I said that's a whole other.
We're gonna go.
That's a whole other rabbit hole to go down.
It is, but I think I feel like it was kind of related a little bit because I think a lot of people feel like that's one of the issues, right? But okay, all right. So y'all want to do a whole nother show one day? We'll do a whole nother show.
Dr. Umar is a show by himself. I'm sure he got plenty of quotes. So what else he got?
All right. So we got. All right. So here's another one that I hear a lot, and he was talking about how the psychological issues that black people have. All right. So I don't know. So he said right here, blacks suffer from psychological homelessness, knowing they are not Americans, but hating their Africanity. Africanity. Okay, Dr. Umar.
He making up words, I guess.
Making up words.
All right. So okay, so he's saying that not Americans but hating the Africanness.
Roots.
And so yeah, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier, with because he refers to, like, black people as straight Africans, and some people take issue with that. And then you hear some black people, they'll say, they'll talk about how, the racism in the country, how, they feel away, you know. So what do you guys think about that? Is that a true Dr. Umar statement, or was that one of his that you're like, I don't know?
I think as a people, we do long to, of African American people, long to belong to something more concrete. They're like in the middle. Like, what is true? What are truly my roots? I want something with depth to belong to, but then sometimes when they don't get the acceptance from someone who is, the core of who they are as African or Jamaican or whatever, where they are still closely related, it's kind of like a lack of unity, a lack of harmony there. I think it's just belonging. You're Black American, but then you're getting crucified and targeted for being Black American. You were born here, your family's here, you could trace it all the way back, but you're still not accepted. But then that feeling of, oh, let me go back to Africa, so to speak. I'm being a little extreme. And it's like, well, then I'm not going to be accepted there either, because they're going to say I'm American. So I think it's just a case of finding where you belong. What is my root? My root is not planted deep into a place where I'm accepted, because African American root is America, right? You're American.
Yeah.
But that root is always being pulled out of the ground, which we know to be our home. We're still not accepted here, that feeling. So I think it's just really like the always, where do I belong as a Black person who cannot, like, literally just put their hand back and touch their ancestry. I don't think it's extreme. Maybe the extreme is how he said it, but no.
Okay.
It's a lack of sense of belonging that's missing.
Yeah, what you think, Doctor?
It's some bunk.
Okay, but break it down for us. Why you say that?
Because a lot of us are not trying to reach back. And so from the standpoint of, I was born here in the United States. This is my root.
Mm-hmm.
My ancestors, at least up to a certain generation, was born here in the U.S., whether it was Virginia or South Carolina or wherever, right? They originated. So when I hear the term psychological homelessness,
that is extreme. You're right.
So, and again, I understand his thought process of what it means and the way you explained it, Mr. Chocolate. But at the end of the day, we understand that here, even in the United States, we may not fit. So instead of having this conversation of psychological homelessness in the sense of identifying our root and proclaiming and reclaiming our roots in our African descent, how about we fortify our culture here in the United States? And we talked about this on our show with the ladies when we talked about colorism. Can we unite? So that's a whole other, baby, you're gonna have me talking a whole lot of stuff tonight, but that's a whole other conversation. Like, if we want to belong, then we need to create a sense of belonging amongst us as a people of color here in the United States.
Okay. All right. And so me, I kind of, I don't know, man. Like, so I do feel that too. I feel we need to be together in America, but too, I got a lot of love for people, for my people, back in the motherland too, because at some point I'm related to a good amount of them, whether we still connected like that or not. It's like, a zebra is still a zebra, whether wherever it's at, it's still a zebra, you know. Um, and two, it's not like I think everybody does that. Like you look at the United States, that I think there's a reason. There's a reason if something happens in Europe, if there's a genocide going on in Europe, hey, we be over there. We be over there. We be ready to stop it. We ready to fight. We ready to, because this country is linked to Europe. Those people over there, those people still they still talk about the Queen, the King and Queen of England. You'll see white folks here still. It'll be on the TV here. They still look at it because they still kind of feel those roots. I used to teach with a lady. She was she always said she was Polish. I ain't never been to Poland. She got the flag. She got the little crest, and she's on Polish. And they ain't really got down Poland. They ain't really done nothing important. They ain't shit to be proud of. But that's what she, what I'm saying. Them redhead white people, they be like, I'm Irish, baby. Ain't never been to Ireland. They just got red ass hair and freckles. So people do kind of have ties that link back, and so that's why I think when people look at black people and go, "Oh no, no, no," you have no tie. No, we do. We just don't know exactly where the country like that because the bastards spread us apart and stuff. But we still got links there, and I think it's okay. I think it's okay to show a little love back because it's normal. It's normal. Everybody does it. They just don't realize it though.
So, do you feel like you're psychologically homeless?
Not me, nah, because I just know better. I didn't, I know American. I know I got some Nigerian DNA. I got some Sierra Leone DNA in me. It's in there, and the motherland be calling me. It be calling my name. I just gotta, when I get some time, I'm gonna answer it too, and I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna be like, I'm back, baby. What's happening? What's up, cousin? What's going on? And if they show me love, it's gonna be great. And people always say, well, they don't like you over there. They don't like us over there. I'll feel right at home because they don't like my black ass here either. I'm more likely to be killed by somebody black here than over there. I go over there. I probably not gonna get shot by no black person over there. I mean, all they might look at me funny, but I'm gonna show them love, and they ain't had no choice but to show it back. Because I'm gonna come there with a humble spirit. Then you come there with that, I'm American. What's this over here? The road isn't paved. Yeah, you probably gonna get some hate, but so that's my view on it. That's my view on it. I show love to all my chocolate people across the world. See that chocolate you see there? That's the tribe. I'm part of that tribe. We all over the world. We in Africa. Black people everywhere. Black people, we everywhere. We in the South Pacific. The Melanese, they look just like us. Aborigines. Hey, for me, chocolate people, that's my tribe all over the world. So, that's how I feel.
Gotcha.
So,
What other quotes do we have from Dr. Umar?
all right. Oh, we got plenty of quotes.
He said we got plenty.
We got plenty of quotes. Let's see what else I want to hit y'all with. Dr. Umar. All right. Now one that I didn't see it, but the one that he had, I don't see it up here. He talked about how if you are black and you are like consider yourself to be a pro-black person, then you can't be pro-black and be married to somebody that's not black. Can't be married to the white person or the Asian person. What do you guys think about that? Do you believe you can be pro-black, one of these pro-blackly black people, and be married to somebody not black?
But does that line up with being pro-black though?
and so the context of that is because I was just watching it earlier. He was saying that because the resources aren't coming back to a black community, that they're going to take it to another group. Okay. So I don't know. So I don't believe that myself. I don't believe that.
Why you think you're talking about you, Philando? I hope I said your name right.
Because Philando. Hold on. Oh, yeah, what's up, Philando? Yeah, because Philando he got him. I think is your wife white, Philando, or is she something else? But and see, he's a prime example because I know Philando for years,
Philando even got a black and white picture. So let's.
Y'all crazy.
Nah, but that's why I disagree with Dr. Umar there because
So
he answered the question.
he said not black. So yeah, but but when I see him, I think about a black dude. Like he seems like a very black guy. Like I don't think about him as something different. I don't see people different. Now when it comes to like interracial dating, I don't care what people do. It's kind of irrelevant to me. But there are tiers to it, though. I have met people like there are some lames though who do it. I've met people who do it like because they're ashamed or they just do it as like a status thing. Like, oh, I gotta get me a white woman because now
someone who actually you are saying that you actually have interacted with people who feel that being with a white person improves their status.
Yeah. I've met. I was in the military with a guy, and he would say like he said it out loud. I was, you said it out loud, bro, and he was like, yeah, like it was like, yeah, I got a white. He was just saying it. It was like it's like better. It's a move up, and it was that's how he felt. That is a little weird to me, but other than that, man, like stuff happens, man. Like yeah, you meet people, you like somebody, and you fall in love with them. That's the person for you. Go ahead.
But I guess Dr. Umar saying if you're pro-black, you wouldn't even put yourself in a situation to fall in love with someone.
And I'm gonna tell you, this is my personal opinion, and so respect. But I personally feel that way. I have no desire to date outside of my race. The irony to that is the fact that a lot of my men don't even recognize that I'm black. But that's a whole other conversation. We've already touched on that with colorism. So with that being said, I do strongly believe, and again, I will say for the record, that you love who you love, and if that's your jam, then that's your jam. I'm not going to judge you. Yeah, baby, I saw you, Pearl. Yeah, I'm not going to judge you if that's if that's your preference, and if you and I say preference, but if you meet somebody and you fall in love with them and they are a different I'm gonna say specifically in this scenario, if they are Caucasian and you are African American or black, if that's your thing, cool. I'm not judging you, and you won't even hear me or even observe me treat you or your significant other any way differently. All right. But with that being said,
he was trying to give you the word.
Yes, thank you. But for me personally, I do believe if you are pro-black, you should not be dating, marrying, entertaining any type of
procreating.
Definitely procreating any type of relationship outside of your own race.
So for myself, I've not been married to, but I've dated a Caucasian, the caucasity of me, right? I've dated a Caucasian person before, but my preference is it's just not the same. I mean, shout out to the Caucasian ex. He didn't do anything wrong to me, but it just was not the same. It just a whole different vibe.
You ain't do him dirty, did you, Pearl?
No.
He ain't rocking no tiki torch because of you, is he?
No.
Yeah.
Pure tiki torch.
Yeah, all right.
I'm a good person.
Okay, I was making sure,
It's just really it just wasn't the same. I can honestly say that there is a different feel to black love for me. All right. It just wasn't the same for me. I'm just being honest.
Well, it's like Philando said. I want to bring this up. So when he said, because I hear this a lot. I hear this a lot from black men. They'll say, "Oh, these black women, they'll give me a white woman, and they're just gonna treat me so much better. They won't get on my nerve."
Yeah.
And so he confirmed it. He's been in the fire. He knows. He's been there.
Well, everyone's experience is different, right?
Women,
yeah, everybody's experience is different now.
Everybody's experience is different.
Well, I'm gonna say it's an example though.
Yes,
he
sir.
said white women get on men's nerves as much as the next. They have just as much mouth, and that's one thing too. I always when people say that, because I see interracial relationships and I see people get on people's nerves and have mouth.
It's a relationship, right?
But guys will say they'll just blanket a whole race, black women and or white women. If I was a white woman, I'd be insulted. What do you mean? Because definitely it's confusing because you see the Karens on the internet all over the place. So how are the Karens less problematic? I don't understand.
It's not. I think we forget to speak semantically correct. From my experience, it really is what you say. From my experience, there is a part of me that feels like if you're pro-black, or the definition of what I know to be pro-black is, we love all things black. We want to keep the bloodline pure, all the other stuff, just like white people do too. It's not just a black thing.
When white people say that, people lose their mind when they talk about bloodlines and pure.
But the thing about it is, it take a whole lot more if you go by American math to, destroy the bloodline of black people. At the end of the day, I do see some people who talk about being pro-black. There's no way they can be with white people or a white person or a person of a different hue, because their belief is we have to keep our race superior and pure and blah, 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 just like it is the other way around. So if you procreate with a white person, then how are you pro-black?
And you hit them with the superior. You were hitting all the supremacists.
All the red flag words, right?
Oh my God, what is going on, Pearl? You're wilding. Supremacists.
It's been a long couple of days.
I don't know, man. I don't know, Pearl. What's going on?
In my opinion, she's right. And I also find it interesting when we start talking about being pro-black and looking at historical figures who preached that. I could think of two individuals, the forefathers, who actually were pro-black but married white women.
Yeah,
had a white. His second wife was a white woman. His first wife.
But that's what I'm saying.
So we're contradicting ourselves when we, if.
Yeah, it's not. Oh, and wait, hold on. I was just giving an opinion, Philando. I'm not it has to be pro. I'm not. I was giving an opinion.
He got because you was dipping all in.
The core of my family is when the lights are off. When the lights are off, we all the same color. My family is very, very. I'm not even pure one thing. My family is Haitian, but we also Dominican. And then I have a cousin that's married to a German person. I have another cousin married to Philip. So it's not that.
Haitian and Dominican is just black.
Well, don't say that out loud. Yeah. Look, for the record, I didn't co-sign that. Don't come after me. Don't come after me. But no, seriously. We are all from each other. Just like when people go, well, this person's white, this person is of color, this person not of color. You have to start off with color to have no color. So we all come from the same thing. Can we just move? It's like we're always looking for labels. Yeah, what if the love of your life is not black? What are you gonna do?
That's always my issue with movements in general. Because you talk about pro-black, you get into pro-black movements. It's always a thin line. Sometimes it can go too far. When it goes too far, pro-black, I agree with Philando, he said earlier, it doesn't mean anti anybody else. It just means you're pro, for your people. It's it's like all things. When I look at football, I go for the guys from Charlotte. And I'm like, oh shit, he's from Charlotte. Y'all rocking with that team, if it's not the Panthers or something. or or you look for you go to you look at the Olympics, you root for your country. Now this is one thing I do. I don't know if y'all do this in the Olympics. Now I root for America, but if there's like an African country doing their thing, I'm like, oh shit, what, Nigeria's in there?
I'll be rooting for Jamaica.
I'll be rooting for Nigeria. I'll be rooting for Nigeria too. You root for the people that look like you. White people do it. White people love.
Well,
they love Eminem because he's the people's champ. He's like, oh shit, one of us is killing it. Oh my God, Slim, like, and they love him.
That's a natural human thing, even if
natural human thing.
If you walk into a room filled with people, you're going to look for yourself first, someone that you can relate to. So it's a natural human thing. It doesn't matter what your race is, your gender, your age. You walk into a room and you look, and you are naturally drawn towards what looks like you. That's why representation is so important in wherever you go. But I digress. Does Dr. Umar feel that we're less black? We're less black if we date outside our race?
According to Dr. Umar, yes. You will be less
How can you be less black? I'm black, right?
Right.
Just blackety black.
Right? So, and that's the thing with me. One thing you're not going to tell me is how to be black. That's when I want to tell you to kiss my black ass.
Is that the whole sellout concept?
I don't.
Oh, it's a sellout concept.
Yeah, I don't believe in telling people how to be black. Everybody's got different perspectives and where they come from.
So the real question would be, is being black just a mindset or just a series of actions that make you black? Or isn't being black more of a genetic makeup, a DNA makeup? Because if just one action makes me less black, then a misstep can change my whole culture. I should be able to say I'm black, but I identify as white because I like what. Like, I just don't understand.
Some people do. I feel like some people.
I can't believe you just said that. I'm like, what?
People do.
I was watching. I don't know if you ever watched. It's this dude Jesse Lee Peterson. He's got a show. I think he identifies as something else. He'd be wild, but that's a whole nother. That's a whole nother thing. But hey, one day we're gonna have to pull some quotes up from him too. That he goes in. I don't know if he believes what he's talking about.
So but I think being the opposite, if a white person dated just black people, would they be more black than they are white?
Say that one more time.
If a white person only preferred a black partner, would that make them less white and more black because they continue? Like,
I believe in their culture. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because and that's a real thing too. I remember back in the day when I was younger. There was this. I worked with this white lady, and she had a crush on me. Of course.
Well, she wanted that chocolate.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah, it is what it is. But so one day, like, we went out and we got some coffee. She was like, "You want to get some coffee?" I was like, "Coffee? What the fuck? Sure, all right." It was definitely a white girl thing. But so we went and got some coffee, and then and so the next day she comes to work. She's crying. She was crying because one of the coworkers knew that we went out and got some coffee, and she was like, she was from up north too. She ain't really know how blatant it could be when you get down south in the country. That's when I was out near Liz City. But she was like, she told me that no white man would ever want to touch me again if I was with you. And she was like, and I heard that a few times, like hey, yeah, you mess with one of them, it's like, ugh, they ain't gonna want to touch you no more. So I don't know.
Like you're tainted. You're tainted.
And that's why I say it's all for I believe for both races, dominant races here in the U.S. when we talk about black and white. All this stuff is rooted in historical context. So I try not to even get too caught up in it because at the end of the day, baby, love who you love, and just and like I said, I don't care. Like, I just have
right, Orlando. Exactly.
It's not gonna fit.
Exactly.
Anymore.
Yeah.
It's just not gonna snap back.
I would say, yeah. Okay,
See,
I got
no,
Jesus Christ.
now, no, but see, we be doing that now. Now, we're wearing the cool stereotypes. We be like,
It's actually a scientific fact. They did research on it. So
oh, did they?
mhm.
Okay. Well, damn.
You guys are leading just an inch. You guys are leading,
Just by an inch.
and but the Asians are way on the bottom. So yeah.
Is that really
But-
so?
Go to another Umar quote. My
I'm not
God.
a
Yeah, I brought it
listen.
up. Okay, go ahead. What's
I'm
another
not a
Umar?
penis expert, so I'm
What's
only
another?
expert
We're
on
not going
one.
down
So
this
I
rabbit
don't
hole,
know.
literally. We're not going down this
Exactly.
hole. We're not going down
We
this
may
hole.
not be able to go back in if we come out.
Yeah.
God.
Oh shoot, I
Nah,
can't.
but
Yeah,
old girl had her crying. She was like, "Yeah, no white man's gonna ever want to touch you again." So I don't know, but also let me
what's
go back.
another quote?
So Flanders said, like, when people say that black men are self-hating when they date outside their race, like, yeah, I agree with that, Flando. Like self-hating,
Again,
I
it's
don't
strong. It's that strong.
like.
It's
I just
very
don't.
dramatic.
I mean, that's you. You don't know what's in people's heart. Like if I see a black guy and a white woman, I don't know what the deal is. Now I've met. Now I ain't gonna lie. I have met some self-hating black people who've been on that.
Mhm.
Like I said, but that's having a conversation and like knowing somebody. Like this dude just ran his mouth a lot, and he would talk that. There's some black people who will definitely have some self-hatred. Some people feel like our history is, they're like, oh man, y'all lost in history, and they don't want to be part of that. They want to be connected to something else. Whole nother, thing. But to see somebody and just say that, I never could get with that, man. You never know why people are with people. But
So is Dr. Umar married?
no,
No, that,
he's like two wives, don't he?
so
He did
what?
like a
Like
ceremony and had
actively has two wives or has been married twice before?
two wives. Like
Like
he's trying to practice the the old school polygamy thing.
Polygamy
Yes,
stuff.
and it's two. Of course, it's two black women. From what I read, I don't know if he's still with them or if they kicked him to the curb yet. But I don't know. But it was funny when they had the AI picture with Taylor Swift, him kissing Taylor Swift and like on a date with her. That was hilarious. That was hilarious. It would be funny though if one day Dr. Umar met a white Nubian queen and fell in love and just
He would
came
never
out
let
there.
us know. He would never.
That would be amazing. That would talk about breaking news. If Dr. Umar had a white woman. But
Dun dun dun.
so
What was that?
so it said
Why you keep turning it on?
that's you. I
It
didn't
ain't
do
him.
that.
It's
Stop
the
touching it.
So Flanders said it's kind of like she said that people look for what's familiar to them. So what if you grew up in a predominantly white community? You're going to associate with who you associate with.
Absolutely.
That's
And
a
the
good
community
point.
I grew up in was very balanced. Like it's a lot. It wasn't like just black or just white. So I get you. I'm down.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when they talk about athletes and stuff, like sometimes that's logical too, because if you leave the hood and you end up being in spaces where there are a lot of different diverse group of people, there's a chance you'll meet somebody from outside of what you grew up with. I don't necessarily see that as selling out, although that's kind of overhyped too, because like 88, like up to 88, 89% of black athletes are married to black women anyway. So that kind of gets overhyped, I think. Y'all can that's a real stat. I got stats. So that's kind of some hype. That's overhyped. Because people always say when they get money, they leave and find a white woman. And sometimes they do. But
So what other quotes does he have? Because I also know that a lot of his views kind of line up with I guess his Islamic practice. Yeah. So what other quotes does he have?
yeah, well, I don't think he has Islamic practices, but some of it does line up. Um, So what was it? He's definitely so one he said, um oh no, that's not the right one.
Can I read this to y'all?
Yeah, go ahead,
Mhm.
read that.
So Dr. Umar has 14 wives or concubines, has had 14 wives or
Yo.
concubines in his lifetime. Although polygamy was the prevalent in Arabic society, he was monogamously married to his first wife until her death after about 25 years of marriage.
Mhm.
You said 14 wives?
In his lifetime, 14 wives or concubines during his lifetime.
He's not a damn. They say concubine like he's a damn king or something. He's just a. He's just
Concubine
a.
is a nice word for some side chick hoes. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit. That's some. That's some damn word gymnastics there. That's not even
who
Not
said
word
convert?
gymnastics.
concubine. Concubine. He's not a damn. That's like you're the king or something. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What else? What other quote you got? I just want to share that.
Oh, okay. So so his views on education. So he definitely believes that black children need to be educated outside of the mainstream and be educated only by black educators in a totally black setting. Um,
For.
what do you guys think about that?
I ain't gonna go that far.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm gonna take half of it.
I'm gonna take half of it too, but I'm gonna add this to it as well. So one of his quotes are low self-esteem in black children is a direct result of what they have not been taught about who they were. Although knowledge of self is essential to the academic progress, race pride is even more essential than knowledge of self.
Mm, okay, okay. That is not too crazy. I mean,
It's not.
having some pride about yourself, because we do have some. Like I will say, like being around kids, there are a lot of kids who have some kind of self hatred as far as like the racial stuff, and kind of they get embarrassed about like for example, if I take classes outside, like all the black kids just go, "Oh my God, I'm going to get dark. They're going to see my
Yeah,
darkness," and I'm like,
definitely
"Yo."
have
And
heard
I'm
that.
like, yo, you're black. If you get dark, that's what you are. That's your color. That's the color you are. Oh no, but then I'll be ugly. It's like, and it's
Yeah.
crazy.
But
Like
that goes back to what, Royal?
Colorism.
Colorism.
they really believe,
With a
like
lot of
they
stuff.
believe that shit. I'm
But
like, damn, yeah, like some damn little vampires. Like we gotta go inside. I'm gonna get dark,
Yeah. I
and I'm
mean,
like, and I be like, yo, yeah, I want to get dark. Hey, I'm Mr. Chocolate, baby. I get dark. It's all good.
uh,
Hey, people love chocolate. They be
and,
like, oh, you crazy.
and that's why I said I can go with half of his statement. I think it's important, even with our child that's here in the house and our older children. We've tried to instill in them knowledge and awareness of who they are, um, as men and women, and as well as the historical context of our people. Like, we've tried to teach them that because they're not going to get it in the school system.
at all.
And
No.
yeah, right. And so so that way they can go out here and be productive and civically and consciously aware of self, right? But to say that it has to be to say that it has to be taught by black people and black people only, or teachers and in a black school, and Father God,
Yeah.
no, you pushing it now, because again, everybody that has brown hue, or and I say that respectfully, because I don't have no damn, well, I got some kind of hue. I don't know what color you want to call it, but where I'm going with this is, again, when we start saying, making statements like this, then we're only looking at a certain group of people who are melanated.
Mm.
So again, that leaves people who are less melanated, like I, who is black, out of the whole freaking picture.
No,
But
you
again, that's a whole,
know.
yes, it does, but that's a whole other conversation. And
Albinism, you're black. You blackity
baby,
black
I
like
know what I
that.
am, but what I'm saying is when we make statements such as that, it does exclude. And that's just keeping it real. So
Well, to me, when somebody says black, like if you're albino, like you're in there.
but I don't look it. So let me go in there and start talking about nigger this and nigger that. Okay.
Yeah.
Nobody gonna say nothing.
Okay. All right, baby.
Because
I'm saying now you're
Royal,
telling her
got
no one's
you.
gonna say anything. She's talking from her experience.
I'm trying to tell you what a TI is now. I ain't telling you something that's just coming out my butt right now.
I guess because I know you, and to me, like just not even if I close my eyes and you're talking, it's a black woman talking to me.
Too.
Like you definitely exude black. Like nobody. All you gotta do is start talking. They can be like, "Oh, never mind. Oh shit, oh my bad." They can be, oh, damn, I'm tripping. You know.
I mean, I told her the same thing. I was like, "They thought you were what?"
Yeah.
As soon as you start talking and moving,
all that seasoning salt came out.
The seasoning just hits you in the face. Oh shit, black. Oh, okay.
Hot sauce. There's the hot sauce. Okay.
Yeah. but it, like I say, like seriously, I know some veteran teachers who are women of color who don't get it. They don't get it themselves. So you talking about again having a segregated school, basically, right? That's what he's describing, right? Yeah. The segregated learning environment specifically for our children, taught by our people. Yeah, that ain't gonna necessarily work either. Because we don't even know how to talk to our own kids.
When you talk about color and race, like needing a certain thing, I would say we need good teachers. If it's a good teacher, it's a good teacher.
Thank you. I don't care what the race is.
Because you might fuck around and get a Clarence Thomas walking there.
Thank you.
And it'd be some crazy stuff going on because everybody ain't the same. Now that's when you get into a culture though, like I'm not big on like resegregating and stuff like that. Yeah, like Glenna said, we would lose our minds if a white man said that.
Well, I got one more quote. All right,
we'll definitely flip out, as they said.
Absolutely.
So Dr. Umar said we have PTSD, which is post-traumatic slavery disorder.
I don't believe that.
He says we are dealing with an intergenerational transmission of trauma that is contained in the double helix of our DNA. We inherit, I'm just saying, we inherit the shame and the pain, the grandeur and the guilt of our ancestors. It is in us. So to change that type of situation, it's going to require a lot of commitment, a lot of discipline, and a lot of self and collective love that a lot of our people do not have.
Madam Pearl.
Yes, ma'am.
Did we not just talk about this Sunday? Absolutely. We literally just talked about this. If y'all didn't catch that, go back, go to YouTube, check us out. We literally had this conversation Sunday on the ladies edition. And we talked about and I'm gonna just sum it up. We talked about intergenerational traumas and how it does manifest itself by changing our DNA. We talked about all this. So again, my brother Dr. Umar, baby, I can go with you a little bit. I can tiptoe through the roof with you a little bit. Let a little more.
See that. So how does? Wait a minute. You're saying.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, so slavery is in our DNA. It's
the trauma.
How?
First of all, there is scientific fact that high blood pressure, all that other stuff is from trauma that was passed down.
That's trauma, baby. That ain't got nothing to
eat everything right.
How blood pressure comes from eating soul food and damn hormones and chitlins and the shit that they gave us to eat. What now? Now the history, as you learn it, I think yes, but I don't. Not in your DNA. Like stuff doesn't get in
Yes.
your DNA.
Trauma
Trauma is in your
changes
DNA.
your, because what
Wow,
happens is,
I
okay,
got.
let me break it down for you, friend.
See, that
So,
means you didn't watch the show,
yeah,
Mr.
you didn't watch it.
Chocolate. Because we
No,
talked about the
I,
facts.
I
We
was
did.
commenting. Wait a minute.
So,
Hold on.
so
Don't do
listen.
like.
So what it does,
I'm messing
what
with you.
trauma does, trauma causes the DNA to adapt in order for us to survive, and that's what we were talking about.
Mhm.
And so, in order for us to survive, our bodies, our DNA chromosomes had to make some revisions and adaptations in order for us to deal with the day to day, year to year, generation to generation impact that these experiences have had on us. And so, thus, why what Dr. Umar just said, when we dealing with self, what they say, self hate, um, not being able to relate to one another, like all of this mess is ingrained because of our DNA.
Yeah.
I understand. Okay, so I understand the self hate. Understand, but I don't. I think that's learned. That's a condition that's learned like afterward, not when you're born. I don't think you're born like traumatized from what happened to people. You know, that's when you're born,
Okay,
like
check
those
this out.
cycles, and
I
you
got,
and
Oh,
you
she said
model what you
check it
got
out.
see.
you,
Let me
friend.
sit
I
back.
got you, friend. So let me tell you something. You are absolutely right. When we are born, they said we are born with a clean slate, right?
Yep.
Hmm.
Check it.
Check it.
I'm gonna use Pearl right now because she was just talking about the whole high blood pressure thing, right? So, if our DNA is set up the way that it is because of these traumas, right?
Mhm.
As we go through life and we start learning, that's B.F. Skinner and all of these other people, we start learning um, through experience within our families and interacting with the environment that we're in, right?
Hmm.
What will happen is whenever that trauma is triggered, automatically our bodies will respond to that, and that's when it will pop out, just like that high blood pressure, just like that high cholesterol and all this stuff, just
Well,
like people.
even pain in your body. So we talked about
Right.
my daughter who has all these symptoms of bodily pain. She stopped growing after and come to find out nothing's wrong with her. She is just carrying trauma in her body. Period.
Because
That's how I said you wasn't watching. I
so
talked about
so
it.
so essentially we are
So the
predisposed.
trauma, what's a learned behavior for Lando? The trauma, because she's learning for her body to ache and for her to have migraines and not be able to
That's
get up and walk. That I don't understand. Please explain what you mean
ah,
by that's a learned behavior.
because I don't know, because I don't know. I don't know, man.
and that's why I used, and that's why I piggyback off of the example that Pearl gave, so that way it will make sense. If we're already predisposed, when our cells are attacked, or our bodies in this conversation are physically attacked by or psychologically attacked by these triggers, that's when it's going to pop out,
I,
just like
I,
a medical condition, or
I
someone
feel
who
like
or
I don't,
someone who is predisposed to alcoholism or drug addiction. Initially, when they're born, I'm not talking about the child is born addicted to crack cocaine. I ain't even
okay.
going.
Now,
I'm, I'm not going that deep.
alcoholism. Yes, it is. It's genetic.
But
How
it's
come that
because
could
it's
be
part of your
genetic?
DNA, boo. That's what I'm talking. That's what we're talking about. It
Oh,
is
wait, he answered. Hold on, because it's really long. I said, I mean, is a learned behavior because if you are a child's first teacher, they got to learn everything behavior patterns, reactions, and how to deal with stress. Oh, he put something else. Hold on. Oh, how to deal with stress and how to deal with certain situations that are learned behaviors. I cannot necessarily say that in your DNA. How are you going to learn a child with Mike? He's at a a child is born with a clean slate, so everything they've learned is what they see. They see how to adapt their things and see. But what I'm saying to you, in certain situations, it's not. You guys are thinking
literally.
Like a literal reaction. I'm talking about mental. I'm talking about your body. Again, I use my daughter as an example. Her body literally responds to stress and things like that with symptoms that are like lupus, with symptoms that are like she can't walk, all of a sudden she can't see, she has migraines. No one can teach you to stop seeing when you're stressed. No one can teach your foot to swell up and not be able to walk. That is not a learned behavior. That is a trauma. It's okay, Philando. I tried my best. I'm sorry I didn't do you.
But would that not be from like things that she experiences like growing, like during life, like then like not DNA, like you come out like traumatized, like you don't come out.
What
like
I'm saying is
babies don't come out like, oh shit, fucking slavery, fuck.
No. That is not what we're saying.
Looking for like that's.
Wait, let's answer this person. So, is that AI or AL? AL Fleming. AL. So we started off just talking about Dr. Umar quotes, and then
he late. You gotta come on time. You gotta come on time, brother. You gotta rewatch it. You gotta come on. We ain't got time. I love you, but you gotta come on time. We ain't got time.
In this moment, it's the trauma that's passed down and changes our DNA. Boom. There.
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, and we talk about like high blood pressure and cholesterol. Like for real, like that's growing up. That's
cultural, baby. That's part of your DNA. It is. That is not culture.
Because I know so many Black people like in great shape with great cholesterol, like no high blood pressure. But the one thing I notice is that they change their diet, they exercise, they don't eat hog
but that
hogs
doesn't
and
mean that it's not still
and high salt and foods with high salt. Like Philando. If y'all see Philando goddamn, he a bodybuilder. He in good shape. Like he ain't no damn. I bet you his blood pressure is great. And I ain't gonna tell. I don't know, but if I had to imagine, his blood pressure is good. You know, his body fat is. I know his body fat's low, and that his DNA. He put the work in. Like he changed that. That's how you move. He didn't like it's like Black people who I see this so much. We will say, oh, being obese is it runs in our family. But then you look at the table and it's ribs and fucking fried chicken and just all kinds of food that make you obese. That ain't DNA. That's your ass eating too much.
So I think what I'm gonna say, and then I'm gonna let it be.
And I'm one of them. I've eaten the fried chicken. Although I gotta say, Philando, sometimes I'll be not going to work out, and I see him on Instagram, and I'll be like, man, let me get my ass up, man. Shit.
So what I'm saying is, when we say that certain things are passed down, trauma. Okay, so let's get away from fried chicken, ribs, and whatever else, right? Because that's also something culturally that's passed down, not traumatic, that's passed down. Yeah. Using food to express love, to do all the other stuff, right? Eat everything off your plate, blah, blah, blah. That is not what we're referring to. We're referring to trauma that is experienced that creates a mode of survival, that creates your body in survival mode, that changes DNA, scientifically proven over the years, that can be passed down to the next person. That doesn't mean you walk out the womb and you're like, wah, traumatized. That's not what's happening. But even animals do it. Certain situations that people and animals or whatever who've come before us in survival mode pass that on to us through traumatic situation experiences and encounters to the next, to the next, to the next. Wait, that doesn't mean some aren't learned. That doesn't mean some aren't cultural. I'm just saying that is also a part of what happened. That's what I'm saying.
And I'm gonna tag this to your statement, Pearl, and I'm gonna shut up on this one too, because we're gonna agree to disagree on this one, which is that piggybacking off of what you just said, just like all DNA, like certain chromosomes are not passed on, certain traits are not passed on to every child. Like, case in point, some children have it, some children do not, some children are carriers, some children are not. Same thing, same scenario. DNA is beautiful. And we don't know.
DNA is beautiful.
Beautiful because it's like the magical school bus. We don't know what we're gonna see.
That's true. Shake it up, throw it out. I got you. I got
Okay.
you.
All right. Damn. DNA. Okay.
Look at everybody chiming in on this.
What's a night? What a micro? What's that?
So
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. What's up, Vingesh? Vingesh 5, I guess. All right.
Yep.
Shout out to Vingesh
Vingesh
5. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Well, we're over an hour, but
yeah, it went over an hour, but it was all good. All right. So I'm gonna look up this DNA stuff. I don't know, man.
We could come back and talk about it.
And I did watch the show for the most part last time, but I think I might have missed that.
It's all good. I was really messing with you. I know. Mr. Chocolate is always supporting the ladies of the experience. Always. Never miss a beat. Never.
But Sunday, y'all be messing with my sports on Sunday though sometimes.
We understand.
We understand. We need to have a sports show. Talk about all the stuff that's been happening in the sports.
Yeah, we got to get I got hit up my guy Philando. Oh yeah, and Philando, he got his he's got his podcast going on, and so we definitely support that. So
check it out. What's it called? What's his podcast called?
We gotta get him. What's the podcast?
Philando, hey, what is your podcast?
If you're still on, what's your podcast called?
Well, wait a second. We'll let Tyrone start his little bit about what he usually does.
So we hit an hour. All right. So check it out. If you have enjoyed the show, make sure you hit the like button when you're watching. All right. If you're not subscribed to the YouTube, you gotta go on over there and subscribe to the experience. All right. Give us a subscription, and then you won't miss us when we pop on. All right. Now,
if you want to be a guest.
If you want to be a guest, hit me up. We are looking for great guests, for great topics. Hit me up. I'll tell you some topics we're going to do. If you got a topic, we'll do your topic. It's all good. We just love to talk here, have good conversations. Again, we like to have a good, respectful conversation. Hey, that's what we do here, man. That's what we do here. If you want to see people cussing and wilding out on each other, that ain't here. We just have good discussions. All right. So, any final thoughts, ladies?
No.
No. We said enough. We said enough
today.
All right, y'all. Hey, look, you've been part of the experience. Where experience is always good. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.